SOFIA Land. SOFIA Land was an amusement park in Sofia, the capital of Bulgaria. It was the first true amusement park in the country as well as one of the largest in southeastern Europe. It operated from 2002 to 2006. Splendid China Park. Splendid China Park opened in 1993 and closed in 2003. The park cost $100 million to build, and there is a sister park which is still open and located in Shenzhen, China. Sports World IZUNAGAOKA. The Sports World Hakio occupies an idyllic position at the crown of the Izu Peninsula, overlooking a wide swath of richly forested mountains and valleys. In its heyday it was a sports and relaxation haven, featuring tennis courts, miniature golf, a dive pool, restaurants, a hotel, a huge wave pool, a spa and a gym. It was abandoned in 1993 as the economic bubble burst and has lain untended for 15 years. Now its many tennis courts are visited only by skateboarders and graffiti artists. Upturned cars line its once broad thoroughfares, its wave pool is coated with red rust and algae, and its golf course is a jungle of overgrown palm trees. SPREEPARK Berlin. The entertainment park was opened in 1969 as Kulturpark Plauderwald, covering an area of 29.5 hectares. The area is situated in the north of the Plauderwald, next to the River Spree. It was the only constant entertainment park in the GDR, and the only such park in either East or West Berlin. Under the SPREEPARK GmbH some new attractions were added and visitor numbers reached 1.5 million per annum. Later the concept was changed and the park was gradually transformed into a more Western-style amusement park. An entrance fee, adults, 29 dm, children, 27 dm, covering all individual attractions was now charged, instead of visitors paying for each individual ride, as had previously been the case. The asphalted surface around the Ferris wheel was taken up and converted into a water landscape. Roller coasters, 2 game water courses, a stage, a western town and an English village were later added to the park. Since 1999 the park has had to cope with large debts. The increase in the admission fee to 30 dm per person and a lack of parking space contributed to a drop in visitor numbers until in 2001 only 400,000 visitors entered the park. In 2001 SPREEPARK GmbH announced that they were insolvent. On 18 January 2002, Norbert Witt, together with his family and closest co-workers, moved to Lima in Peru. They shipped 6 attractions, Flygender Teppich, Butterfly, Spider, Baby Fluke, Wild River, and Jet Star, in 20 ship containers, having been allowed to do so by the authorities who believed they were being sent for repair. Since 2002 the park has not opened for visitors. In August 2002 the park was declared completely insolvent. Debts at a level of A circumflex, 11 million remained and the area was allowed to fall into disrepair. The Ferris wheel still stands, but has not operated since the park's closure. Likewise, the remains of other attractions can still be found on site. In 2011 a scene for the action film Hannah was filmed at the park, as well as the music video for the single-run drive by German band César. Norbert Witt failed in his attempt to run a Luna Park in Lima. On 19 May 2004 he was sentenced to 7 years in jail for attempting to smuggle 180 kilograms of cocaine with a value of £14 million from Peru to Germany in the mass of the Flygender Teppich, flying carpet, ride. In October 2006 a Peruvian court sentenced Witt's son, Marcel Witt, to 20 years for drug smuggling. Since 2011, guided tours have been offered to the public at restricted times. SPRINGLAKE Amusement Park. SPRINGLAKE Amusement Park was an amusement park located in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma and operated from 1922 to 1981. TAKAKANONUMA, Greenland. There are only a few remaining accounts of TAKAKANONUMA, Greenland, and hardly any current photographs. It was a massive amusement park built in the 1970s, but now is overgrown by the forest. According to most sources, it is not featured on any maps of Japan and is as remote as it is unknown to cartographers. Although it's only 250 kilometers north of Tokyo, it seems much more mysterious and much of its spotty history is made up of legend and lore. Built in 1973, the park's first run at the amusement market lasted only 2 years. Although some say it was closed for repairs, others insist that deaths on the park's equipment forced its closure. Perhaps the park was repaired, Or maybe it was long enough for people to forget the amusement accidents, but the park reopened in 1986. Staying alive on its second tenure until 1999, the park closed for good and was abandoned. Today, the sprawling hills and trees of the surrounding forests seem to have taken over the park, and its grounds are littered with the remnants of its 13-year run as a theme park. However, around 2010 most of the roller coasters were torn down, leaving just the trees to reclaim it all. Teleferico San Jacinto. Teleferico was an amusement park located in El Salvador. Not much information is available about this park. The Land of Oz. Another such abandoned park sits at the top of a winding North Carolina mountain road, the entrance to OZZZZZZZ, a 1970s theme park abandoned less than 10 years after it opened. In its heyday the Land of Oz could attract 20,000 visitors a day, but now the neglected yellow brick road is missing some bricks, the Wicked Witch of the West's castle is empty and the Emerald City has disappeared. In the same way the Wizard of OZZZZZZ created the Emerald City to wow his subjects, entrepreneur Grover Robbins dreamed up the Beach Mountain theme park as a way of attracting families and money to the resort town. Abandoned and forgotten, the park became a target for vandals and thieves, who destroyed or stole props in the park, including entire houses. The park was designed originally to walk tourists through the story, starting with the farmhouse, where Aunt Em could be found in the kitchen. All hope is not lost for the Land of OZZZZZZ though. In the 1990s Project Emerald Mountain was started by a group of kind-hearted volunteers who, with a little bit of the Cowardly Lion's courage and the Scarecrow's brains, have slowly restored the park. Tourists are still welcome at the Land of OZZZZZ where they have the option of hiring a costume and going in search of the Emerald City. The Pike Amusement Park. The Pike. Long Beach. It was one of the USA's largest. Maybe a rival of Coney Island, New York. It opened in 1902 and closed in 1979. The park was raised in 1979 for condos, single quote, and various other redevelopment. In 1939 it was renamed New Pike but closed its doors forever in 1979.
TIANJIN Amusement Park. TIANJIN Amusement Park was an amusement park located in Tianjin, China and operated from 1996 to 2009.
UMOJA Children's Park. This was a very small amusement park located on the outskirts of Shikshik. Not much information is really available as for when it opened and closed, or any history. It seems as though it was a bit like a carnival located on the Green Island. From the pictures found of UMOJA Children's Park it seems that it is not super old and it was obviously not successful. WHALOM Amusement Park. WHALOM Park was an amusement park located on Lake WHALOM in Lunenburg, Massachusetts, that operated from 1893 to 2000. WHALOM Park was established in 1893 by the Fitchburg and Leominster Street Railway as a traditional, English-style park of gardens and walking paths. At the time of its last day of operations in 2000, WHALOM was known as the 13th oldest amusement park in the United States, as well as the second oldest trolley park in the world. The park had been in continuous seasonal operation for 107 years. The Flyer Comet wooden roller coaster was one of the park's best-known rides. Most remaining structures at the park, including the Flyer Comet, were demolished in October 2006 to make way for development. The site is currently being redeveloped into a 240-unit condominium complex. Wild Rivers Water Park. Wild Rivers Water Park was a success but it closed in 2007 and condos were built on the site. Wild West World. Wild West World was a Wild West theme park in Park City, Kansas that opened on May 5, 2007 and closed on July 9, 2007. It was located on 130 acres, 53 ha, along Interstate 135 near Wichita.
Willow Park. Willow Park was an amusement park in Buttstown, Pennsylvania and operated from unknown to 2000.
Wonderland Beijing. Wonderland was an abandoned amusement park construction project located in Chenshang Village, Nankou Town, Changping District, People's Republic of China, about 20 miles, 32 kilometers, outside of Beijing. Originally proposed by the Thailand-based property developer Ringwood Group, and designed to be the largest amusement park in Asia, to have covered 120 acres, 49 ha. Construction stopped in 1998 following financial problems with local officials, while a 2008 attempt to start construction again also failed. The site, which featured a number of abandoned structures, including the framework of a castle-like building and medieval-themed outer buildings, was being reclaimed by local farmers to grow their various crops while the site was abandoned. People have reported that sometimes when visiting the site, there would still be parking attendants in the site's parking lot, presumably to tend to onlookers and curious sightseers that came to visit. The abandonment of such a massive construction project has raised concerns about the existence of a property bubble in China. The uncompleted and abandoned structures were razed in May 2013, leaving no hope for the abandoned part to ever be finished. While there is no official indication of what will be done with the grounds of where the park once stood, Anfang, Rigmwood Group's chief inspector for the company's investment supervision department, has stated a comprehensive luxury product supermarket would be built on the site, but that the project was still going through planning permission formalities. Yokohama Dreamland. Yokohama Dreamland was an amusement park that operated in Tatsuoka, Yokohama, Japan from 1964 to 2002. When opened on August 1, 1964, it was Japan's first major amusement park, with a total area of 1,320,000 square meters, 1,600,000 square yd. The management company, Japan Dream Tourism, was acquired by the supermarket chain Daiei in 1993, and the amusement park closed permanently on February 17, 2002, due to financial issues.